This is going to be a 10-minute video or less. This is my last video on YouTube ever. I'm quitting YouTube for a few reasons. The number one reason, this is going to be a 10-minute video or less, so I'll try to get everything out. The number one reason is that this is turning into a job, recording all this and having to edit and, invest more money in mics. And, they got me. They got me over the past couple of weeks or even the last month. I'm not too sure when I started, but I've never asked for people to subscribe to my channel. I figured, that's not necessary. If they like what they see, they're going to subscribe. I don't need to solicit people to subscribe and beg and plead and all that other stuff. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're going to take away a bunch of your tools and stuff. And I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact they're going to be taking things away. I've been on YouTube since 2011, so like 7 years approximately. I've got almost 400,000 views, and that's with very little effort, not trying. Nobody's backing me or anything like that. I just, did it mostly to document, like a journal. And if I found something that I knew was going to help somebody, I did it. I used to really enjoy helping people. But what I learned was when you help people and you don't help yourself, you never get anywhere. So I don't help people anymore. I say fuck people. Help yourself. That it's the best thing you could possibly do. And you can't help someone if you need help yourself. It's like when all of a sudden there's a lack of oxygen on an airplane, they deploy the oxygen mask. You're supposed to put yours on first before you put it on your kid. Because if you pass out and your kid can't put it on, well, then both of you die. So same kind of philosophy. It's taken me a long time to learn that. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is that YouTube has become commercial tube. It's all corporate. YouTube used to actually be YouTube before Google bought it. Now they're suppressing everything. I put up a Tesla video on my experience with Tesla, and I was like eighth in line. I've been a big, huge fan of Elon Musk and Tesla and the cars, and I was ready to get a Model 3. And I saw the direction it was taking, and I saw all the lies that they were perpetrating. And so I said, that's it. I pulled my money out. I'm done. And I shared my story, and I got like a ton of thumbs down. So many that I was getting about 250 views a day on that video. And then all of a sudden, the views just stopped. There hasn't been a view on that video since. So either there's been suppression on Google's part, or the fact that people were able to thumb it down so much that it just got, put away in some place you can't even find. So those are probably the top reasons. The other reason is that I have some relatives that watch this and they get upset that I'm doing well now. There's certain people in this family that love to knock you down and make sure you're doing worse than them so that they can feel better about themselves. It's that type of mentality that I can't stand. I've struggled almost all my life, and this is one of the first times where I've actually experienced a small amount of success. I've had, ups and downs and, gradually climbing up the mountain, but this is definitely the pinnacle for me, an accomplishment in what my girlfriend and I have been able to do. And people just have, especially nowadays when people are struggling so much for money. And I understand because I used to be that way when I was struggling hard. I hated the rich, hated the people. Didn't realize that the rich aren't the problem. It's the people at the very top. You don't even know those people. They are beyond rich, who have billions and can, make the market tank like that. All of a sudden pulling out tons of liquidity, which you may see here happening soon. Start looking at who owns the money in this country, and then you're going to see that they own the politicians, they own the government, they own the city, they own everything. That's who you should be mad at, not the guy driving the BMW or the Mercedes, more than likely. He's just somebody they want you to be mad at. So with my family being that way, it's I don't really like people keeping tabs on me, and unfortunately, by me sharing these videos with somebody, in my family, they ended up getting shared with other people. And then, you know, I thought that certain people would enjoy, you know, seeing what I'm up to every now and then. That's simply not the case. So it's another reason why I'm going to discontinue this. Uh, so it's, there's going to be a lot of videos like this guy here is, this is, I tested this because I saw a video of this on YouTube, and I can tell you right now it doesn't work, sort of. You can see the color of that. It was that color on the outside of darkness. By putting some of this stuff on it and then putting it under an ultraviolet light, which is under there, it will bleach it. But the bad thing is that it'll end up going back. It won't get it completely renewed, and once it's damaged, and it also becomes brittle too. So you're doing more damage by making it look better. So it looks healthier, but it's not. It's kind of like somebody who takes steroids. You know, they look healthy, but they're actually not. And eventually, they're going to collapse because, well, all you have to do is look to see what happens when people abuse steroids. So it's kind of like that deal. The other thing is there's going to be, this room is the guest bedroom, but it's now going to be the engine rebuilding, transmission rebuilding, and everything else that needs to be rebuilt. I've got several cars that I need to take care of. I want to have 2 cars at least running at all times, preferably 3, 4. I own a bunch. I own 6, and none of them are running. So I'm going to have to fix that. My bench is going to come in here, and this is all going to be put in here. This guy was going to be an assembly video. I was going to do a video on this guy. I paid only $160 for him. He was $230. Oh, so we'll go out here to the garage where we have automatic lights that all of a sudden turn on, and they'll probably turn off too. I have my grandfather's 07 Miata here. I'm going to be installing some tires on it. And I have the lawnmower. I can tell you that this lawnmower is amazing. It's awesome. My biggest complaint is that when you put it in reverse, the blades shut off and you don't mow. And that's bad because this doesn't have 0 turn capabilities. And if you're in a lot that's smaller, or you have to go through smaller areas, that's not such a great deal. There's the tire changing machines. You've got the wheel balancer and then the actual mounting, dismounting. Oop. And over here are the tires that are going to be going on the Miata. Brand new. These things are pretty nice. Not as nice as the Michelins I just put on my grandfather's truck, which I also didn't make a video of. I did, but I didn't upload it. These are Traction A, Temperature A, Treadwear 400. His Michelin ones on the truck were the same, but it was Treadwear 800. And these are Uniroyal, which are actually a Michelin brand. So, oops. A lot of you guys are going to be happy that I'm canceling the channel. I'm sure I've got some haters out there from all the hate I spewed out there on YouTube, which is cool, you know, revel in your day. But I don't like what YouTube has become and what YouTube is turning into, and it's been a long time coming, and it's not just going to stop here. You know, they're raising the bar to 1,000 subscribers right now. They own you. They're making you an employee. They're putting you under their thumb, forcing you to work harder. And then once they've got so many, and they're also trying to suppress voices too, freedom of speech. But once they get you to 1,000, all of a sudden they don't like something or they don't want to pay out, they're going to raise the bar to 10,000 subscribers, then 100,000, a million. They will squeeze you out little by little while they're getting more content out of you. And, you know, it's pretty stale. Just about any kind of video that could have been done has been done. You know, people with certain talents, people with different things to make, and, you know, how to do things, only with something new that's coming out. I got 5 seconds left, so thanks for watching my channel.